I'm astrologer and life coach Penny Dix. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you're new here, welcome to you. And if you like what you see, I'd love it if you could subscribe. So today I'm looking at the energies of the new moon in Capricorn, which is on the 23rd of December. So we have a Christmas with a new moon. So let's see what this one's about, because new moons traditionally bring opportunities for new beginnings. And this particular new moon is coming just 2 days after the winter solstice. So it's like we're being given an opportunity, a sort of double opportunity to initiate new plans and ideas. Now that is even more underlined by the fact that this particular new moon is right at the first degree of Capricorn. So that because it's at the start of the sign, it's like we've got all of this wonderful Capricorn energy to support us in whatever we're trying to build, structure and manifest. So that anything that needs deliberate kind of structured planning at this time is really supported by this energy. Now, Jupiter, our planet of luck, opportunity, expansion, is at the 0 degree of Aries. Now, I've done a separate heads up, which comes out on the 20th of December, about looking at the energies of Jupiter moving into Aries in a little bit more depth. But because Jupiter is at the beginning of Aries, it's actually at the beginning of a whole new cycle of going around the zodiac. Now it's squaring this new moon. So it's really exerting pressure on us to get going now with manifesting our dreams. Uranus, our planet of innovation, freedom, of the unexpected, of anything electronic, is trining Venus, our planet of relationship. And what I find interesting with the event chart is that the kind of way they're placed, it suggests that we don't always need to look too far from home to find our solutions. And you know, sometimes we really do make things too complicated. We overthink them into non-existence. Sometimes it's just about doing it. Because if we don't do it, whatever it is, we don't know whether we're actually going to get anything out of it at all. So there's a sense of extraordinary potential for the fulfillment of destiny with the energies of this new moon. Because the energy is about now. And it's about the fact that now is the time to act. Because it will fix in place the future you need, that we all need for our highest good. So how is the planet going to fare? Well, with so much energy in Capricorn, it has 5 planets here currently, including, of course, the sun and the moon. And they're not really planets, but for the sake of argument, they're planets in this particular discussion. But it throws the emphasis onto government and traditions. And I think because we've got so many countries around the world going through massive challenges to the way they govern, we're a bit spoilt for choice for whom we look at. But in general, this is a new moon crying out for change, with a determination to go to whatever lengths are required to attain that. I think during the second half of December, the stock markets and the financial markets will be slowing down because I think there's going to be a reluctance to invest, because the political climates are continuing to ignore the facts that the old ways are not working and that they are getting in the way of constructive change. New thinking, fresh ideas. That's what's needed from the generation we have now, because they are going to inherit what we've set in place. And say no more. So how will it affect you personally? Think about what personal changes you would like to introduce into your life. Where do you need to be more disciplined? Jupiter, our planet of luck and opportunity and expansion, is at the 0 degree of Aries, squaring that new moon. It's kind of kicking you up the backside. And it's saying, for goodness sake, get going. Do it now, whatever it is. And I think the problem is that because we need discipline to set in place our plans and intentions, discipline is one of those words that sounds so boring. And it sounds like it's hard work. And it reminds us of those difficult days at school. And I think it's about trying to change our mindset about certain words in our lives that have those kind of challenging connotations, like the word, as I say, discipline, taking responsibility. And yet, if we do both of those things and we use consistency and hard work, which are Capricorn energies, you succeed. You get to the top of that Capricorn mountain. What we have to do is be a bit creative. We have to use the wonderful trine from Uranus, our planet of the unexpected, of innovation. And Uranus is making this trine to Venus, the planet of love and relationship, but also of self-worth. And we have to use that energy to change our mindsets, to set ourselves free from restrictive and negative thinking. Because discipline, in its positive light, shows us what we can achieve if we really put our mind to it. So what I want to say is be disciplined about working on whatever you're passionate about, because that will bring you joy. It might just be your family and cooking wonderful meals. Not that that's nothing important, because I made it sound like it might just be, but you know what I mean. It might be some wonderful project you've got in mind, a book that you've been wanting to write for years, a film script you want to write. It could be all sorts of things. But also, when we're passionate about things, it brings us joy. So you also have to be passionate about being kind to yourself, looking at new ways to give yourself the care and the love that we all need. It's never too late to change your mindset. But the important thing is you have to want to. So I have some final thoughts before I give you a brief heads up for each individual zodiac sign of the energies that you need to focus on with this particular new moon. So my final thoughts are, it's a new moon full of potential. It's presenting opportunities of enormous change and growth, if you're prepared to do the work. The problem is that Capricorn, as I say, can be it's a hard work sign. And it reminds us that there's no such thing as a free lunch. And that to get something good, we really have to be prepared to work for it. What you have to do is know that you're worth it, because dreams take time to manifest. But you know what? Impossible dreams, they just take a little bit longer. So now I'm going to move on to your individual signs. Just a brief heads up to let you know the area of your life, not only the new moon energy is focused in, but also the winter solstice energy. I've got a separate video about the winter solstice, looking at all the energies, which are similar but slightly different actually to what we can expect with the new moon. 2 days in astrology can make quite a big difference. So let's start with Aries. Aries, for you, this is very much a new moon and a solstice about the part of your life that you're working on, that you're passionate about. It's about what you want to launch into 2023, what projects you would really like to get off the ground. And it doesn't matter if you're working, if you're retired, if you're a stay-at-home mum, there will be something that is up here that you really want to focus on. And that is where you will find your joy. And this new moon is saying, take a look at that. Look at what really rocks your particular boat and do something with it. Taurus, for you, it's in the 9th house. Now, this is very much about learning new things. It's also about honesty and truth and wisdom. And I just wonder whether there are some plans and ideas that you've had to put in place that you kind of need permission to just initiate, to do. Because Taurus, you're very slow. I'm Taurus, I know, I'm slow. But Taurus, sometimes, just think of that Jupiter. It's giving you a little bit of a kick. It's saying, get on and do whatever it is. And once you start doing that, it's like, you know, if you've got all those dominoes all standing up in a row, you just tap one and the rest all follow and create the most wonderful pattern. Use that kind of energy with this new moon. What do you want to sort of really set in place? So let's look at Gemini. Gemini. This is about new beginnings for you. What do you need to do with regard to, it can be something to do with joint finances and budgeting. So you might need to just kind of make a plan on how you are going to spend your resources or joint resources next year. It's a good energy to do some good solid budgeting, to think about what you want to do next year that really brings you joy, that you're passionate about. You know, anything new that we set in place, we have to be passionate about it. Otherwise, it doesn't really stand a hope in hell. So let's have a look at Cancer. Cancer, for you, how are your significant close personal relationships? Have they been under a little bit of stress or strain? Because if they have, this is a wonderful opportunity to set the record straight. You've had quite a tough few years because you've had all that energy, all those transiting planets, the big boys, Pluto, Jupiter, Saturn, all opposing your sign from Capricorn. It's made life quite tough for you, Cancer, but you're through the worst of it. You've now got this wonderful kind of extra opportunity to really transform your relationships and create a much better kind of structure for how you want, especially that significant relationship in your life, to move forward. And you know what, Cancer? If you're single and you'd like to meet someone, this new moon could bring that opportunity. Okay, so let's have a look at Leo. So Leo, for you, Leo, are there any outstanding health issues you need to be addressing? Because this new moon is saying, will you just go and sort it out, whatever it is? You know, it's like, it doesn't have to be anything particularly dramatic or big. So Leo, don't worry. But there might be some niggly little things that you just really need to nip in the bud. I also think this new moon is giving you that extra boost of energy, courtesy of that kick from Jupiter, to get your daily routine in a much more structured and workable kind of, workable and organized, for you to go forward with whatever you're passionate about in 2023. So now let's move on to Virgo. Virgo, you know, you've had quite a tough time of it too, haven't you? And what's really nice with this new moon is that it's in that sector of your chart where you can actually relax and have a bit of fun. And I think that's what you really need to do with this. Virgo, you need to lighten up. You know, sometimes Virgo, you can be so serious. And Virgo, please take this holiday season and the fact that you have a new moon in your 5th house to just relax and have some fun with friends. And think about how in 2023, you can make your kind of friend circle a little bit more flexible, a little bit more fun, and just inject a little bit more fun into your life for 2023. Don't take things too seriously. All right, let's move on to Libra. So Libra, I think this feels like you really want to spend a little bit of time at home, doing a little bit of nesting. And you might have been out and about quite a bit over the last month. And I think you're looking at how you can actually put down some more solid roots for 2023 and get a little bit more structure into how you operate with regard to your family and your kind of living space. So you might want to bring in some changes that just make it a little bit more, less austere, because Capricorn's quite an austere, and I don't mean this detrimentally to Capricorns, but it's a cold sign. But Libra, you need to bring some warmth into your home. And this new moon is giving you that opportunity. Scorpio. So Scorpio, how is your way and your method of communicating going? Because it feels as if you're being given an opportunity, a final opportunity to say it how it is. It's as if somebody just doesn't get the message. And maybe you've had certain situations, whether it's personally or with your work, where people just don't seem to see what you're getting at and just have been making life particularly difficult for you. Well, that Jupiter in Aries is really giving you that big kick up the bottom that you need to say, just say it how it is. No more kind of, I'll give you a few more days, or I'll do this, or I'll do that. Finish it. This new moon can bring completion so you can have your new beginnings, Scorpio. Sagittarius. Well, this is a nice new moon for you because it could see your piggy bank, your money pot, your bank account, just getting a little bit more full. And a new moon of maybe you have some ideas and some opportunities come your way to inject a little bit more cash into your kind of funds and your savings. So nice energy. I think it's also about seeing that your work, or however your money comes to you, see it as something that really wants to help you and feed you good things. You know, sometimes we see work as I said, such hard work, and it's difficult to equate being paid for something we're perhaps not enjoying. See what you're doing as enjoyment, in the sense that, wow, the company you work for, or your boss, or whatever, is so grateful to you for doing this work. It wants to give you money. Because sometimes we stop money coming to us by our attitude around it. If we make it hard work, then money says, oh, she only likes to have me when it's hard work. So make it easy on yourselves, Sagittarius. And now we come to Capricorn, the star of Christmas, the three wise men moving towards their star. And of course, it's all about you this new moon. It's about your identity. And goodness, Capricorn, haven't you just changed so much in recent years with all this huge energy in your sign? This new moon for you, I think, comes, or is very timely the way it comes. I think you've really needed a chance to kind of begin again, to just take a pause, to breathe deeply, to see how much you've achieved. But you know what? That Jupiter in Aries is saying, don't sit on your laurels for too long. You better just keep moving and keep doing what you're doing, because you're doing what you're doing, you're beginning to get the results. So keep doing what you're doing. And that transformation that you're so desperate for will come. You wait for 2023. You will begin to really see a shift in your personal astrology. Next, we come to Aquarius. So, Aquarius, this is this time of year when you get, or when we get, the new moon in Capricorn. It's always in this part of your chart which is to do with that inner self, that inner you, where you need to do some inner reflection. And again, Aquarius, you've had quite a tough time of it, because you've had the teacher planet, Saturn, in your sign. And you're hosting Saturn for a little bit longer. But you know, Saturn has prepared you well for the transformation that can come when Pluto dips his toes into your sign next year. You're at the beginning, Aquarius, as we all are with the dawning of the age of Aquarius, of magnificent change. How else can I put it? But you have to put in the work. This new moon in your 12th house is saying, this is where you put in the work. Do that inner reflection. Don't cut corners. Look at everything straight in the face, head on. Look in that mirror. Know yourself. If you know yourself well, it will make a huge difference to you coping and working in harmony with Pluto when it moves into your sign. Okay, now we move on to Pisces. Not bad, eh? My oceans of emotions, my little fishes? Okay, Pisces. So Pisces, this is a lovely new moon for you because you are going to be able to give good foundation and roots to projects that you want to launch in 2023. This is like a new moon of the green light. It's saying, do it now. And if you're procrastinating, Jupiter in Aries is saying, no time for procrastinating. You've got to do it now. No sitting back, just start doing it. Whatever it is, start it now. It's really important you do that. You know, because Pisces, you have this wonderful nebulous energy, this energy which is so vast and can be potentially overwhelming, so that sometimes you overwhelm yourself, and you overwhelm yourself with the ideas that you have. This new moon in Capricorn is saying, put some structure down to your dreams. And remember, you're going to get lots of help when Saturn, our planet of order, discipline, restriction, contraction, containment, boundaries, moves into your sign next year in May. This new moon is preparing you for that because Saturn rules Capricorn. So use that energy to just look at the distance, look at the view, and see how you can add structure to the manifestation of your dreams in 2023. Thank you so much, Pisces, my oceans of emotions. And thank you so much to everyone for coming to listen to this new moon, astrological energies in Capricorn, 23rd of December. So I wish you well. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.